Now let's go.
Alrighty. John Wick Hex by Bithell. What is this? What is this?
This was announced today.
How do I scroll?
2 fingers up and down.
2 fingers up and down.
Bithell Games. Thomas Alone volume. That company has gone and partnered. Well, someone came to him and partnered him with John Wick, and it's called John Wick Hex. It's an original story, and it's basically. It's like every time you do slow-mo in an action game, kind of like, I can't think of any examples, but every time you go slow-mo and then can pick options, it's that. Because the point is, you're John Wick, you make all these calculated decisions, and instead of doing that Max Payne, you're doing it like an actual, kind of like a menu style, kind of like XCOM, but it's kind of real time, but it's all slowed down. Okay. So it just seemed very interesting, and the art style and the menu design looks very like the Bithell Games. Cool. At the moment, it's only confirmed for PC and Mac through the Epic Store. Okay. But he always has them ported to consoles.
Steam fanboys riot.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to get more money, so I don't care.
Yeah, sure, whatever. That's really cool. I really like the idea of that.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I've played all of his games, so I'm going to probably buy this one when it comes to Switch. Cool. So yeah, that's that. Cool. Speaking of Epic.
Epic buys Psyonix. Makers of Rocket League. This one...
This is now where I'm up to... before I'm like, okay, Epic, do your thing. I don't care if you're making another store, create competition.
I don't know.
But now it's you now have the biggest games as a service, and now you have another big one. It's not the next biggest, but another big one. Okay, okay.
This ties into a few more things that I think has been happening over the last couple of weeks. Fortnite's not the juggernaut it used to be.
No, but it's still pretty.
It's still the biggest. Don't get me wrong. It's still the biggest fucking game on the planet. Absolutely. But didn't I remember seeing the story where the two winners of the most recent Fortnite tournament were doing an interview recently, and they were just like, "Yeah, we don't like it. We play it. We just play it now because we have to."
I think that's just a them issue.
No, but it seems to be a fairly common issue across the main community, is that a lot of people who are a lot of the main streamers who play Fortnite are only playing it 8 hours a day because it's what gets views on Twitch. If it wasn't for that, they wouldn't be fucking playing the game anymore, and that's a bad sign. Because if it's not fun to play, you can sure as hell bet it's not going to be fun to watch anymore, and those numbers will continue to tank. And
I think
on the other side of this, though, with the Rocket League buy, these kind of deals don't happen within a few weeks. Oh, no. I am assuming this deal has been on the table for months, maybe even a year or two or more.
Maybe, yeah.
The Epic Games Store only launched in December, right? It wasn't long ago.
No, I want to say October to December last year.
Yeah, somewhere in the back half, the back quarter of last year. Long enough that Psyonix may not have known the Epic Games Store was going to be a thing when they were trying to negotiate this deal. Because Psyonix is they're just a developer. This is a publisher buying a developer. Wasn't necessarily a
store
platform distributor, like a distributor buying a developer. However, they have said that they want Rocket League to come to the Epic Games Store, which makes sense because, again, on the Psyonix part, you want your game in as many places as possible to buy it, for many people to buy as possible. So there's coming to the Epic Games Store. They say they have no plans to remove it from Steam, and that they will be continuing to support it on Steam. Now the question is,
how long?
Exactly. Will new DLC, will there be Epic exclusive content? I'm gonna say yes, because they're switching
exclusive and or timed exclusive.
Exactly. But here, and this is the thing, this is again where it gets all muddy though, is that a bunch of PC master races are going to be it's kicking in your Steam. And my answer is we've been doing this for years on console. If we can absolutely deal with the fact that there's exclusive content on the PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch, you can deal with your exclusive content from your free launcher. Yeah. It's a free account. It's free.
It's free real estate.
Yeah. You just get the account, and then I know the launch is bad, but so what?
So was Steam.
Does it launch? Yeah, exactly. And that was the other thing is that like people are like, oh, the Epic Game Store is shit. I'm like, yes, so was Steam. Do you remember 2008? Everyone hated Steam.
Yeah.
No one wanted Steam. They had to like give you free games to get you to even sign up to Steam.
That's how I got Steam. They were giving away Portal. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this game's good.
They're like, please, for the love of God, sign up to our thing.
Yeah.
And then eventually they got good at it. Epic's going to be no different. It sucks
probably,
now.
They'll probably get there quicker because one, they're the blueprint, and two,
Yeah.
I think they're the demand.
The
for
only thing is you'd think they would have been better at it given that Steam already went through it.
Yeah.
You'd think that would happen.
I think they should have waited. There's probably a timeline where they wanted to wait an entire year, wait for it to be more feature complete, but instead they just upgraded the Fortnite launcher and just went from there.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, then there's the argument to be said that like there was probably some dude. There's a dude in that company who just all he does is wear glasses and crunch numbers.
Yeah.
And at some point he looked at the numbers and went, if we don't launch this now, it does not launch, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I'll bet you that was the kind of decision. Not that it wasn't going to launch, but like given that Fortnite, like he probably saw a number dip on a chart and was like, yeah, basically was just like, like he probably just went, look, Fortnite's peaked.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably like what I was getting at with the other stories. Like I think Fortnite might have peaked.
Yeah.
Like it's now again, it's not going to die.
No,
but I think
it's going to wow. It's going to be a game that just around forever.
Exactly, because I think what these stories are kind of hinting at is that it reached its fever pitch. It took over the world
for an entire year.
Now it's gonna plateau out, and then it's gonna have its subscriber base and people that will always play it.
Yeah.
But it's never going to go back to that height again because it's a known quantity now.
Yeah.
The reason Fortnite was so popular was because it was new.
Yeah.
Now it's not new anymore. No one wants it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it's a weird thing. And you're right, they're going to have another games as a servicey thing. Rocket League's different though.
Psyonix is different, and they are pretty good with their community, and I hope that they are able to keep that.
Yeah.
I hope that all this acquisition does is just let Psyonix let someone else handle their payroll. And like that's what most acquisitions are. Just like, hey, we'll deal with your payroll and the overhead and stuff like that. You just focus on making the game now.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're EA.
Oh yeah, EA's fucked. We all know this. So yeah, well, we'll see. I guess.
Yeah.
Again, like I just want to quickly say, like every time Rocket League brought up, I always forget that it's not a free-to-play game.
No, it's not. You pay to get in.
Yeah.
It was free.
It was free through PS Plus, which is how everyone got it, and that's how it got noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just weird.
Which is a model I think some people should take a look at. Is like, hey, maybe you should just launch free and then move to paid.
Yeah.
Especially if you can market it as a beta or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Jesus. Also, before we move on to the next story, I'm just going to say, fuck you, EA, because they had their earnings call again this quarter, and they made record profits and record revenue, and they still closed an entire studio in Australia.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I thought Andrew Wilson was Australian, too.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit. Sue me, I dare you, motherfuckers. Wouldn't that make our subscriber count go up?
It would do something.
I fucking hate them now.
Yeah.
And like I'm still gonna buy that Jedi Knight game, Jedi Fallen Order or whatever.
If it's good.
If it's good, I'm probably gonna buy it, and that's really pissy because I really don't want to give EA any money anymore.
Just buy a pre-owned copy.
No, because I want to give the developer money.
Yeah.
Because the developers respawn and they're good.
Yeah.
But I just, and that's the that's the thing. That's the problem we live in, is that like I don't want EA to get any money from what Respawn did because they don't deserve it.
Yeah.
I stand by that. Anyway, what's next?
This is a thing I found. I was listening to podcasts. Like, I should check this out. Never got time to. Microsoft patented a Braille-based controller. Basically, what it would be is like this weird. I think from what I heard, the stuff on the back screen would like highlight the text that's on screen because like for a lot of vision impaired people, they're not 100% blind. They're just blind, like they just vision impaired.
Yeah.
So like you'd be able to like read the small font on the screen and be able to actually read that instead of like getting up to your TV going.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just a
I
pattern
like
at
that.
the moment. Yeah, but like
That's a cool idea.
and you can also there's also an input thing. You can input with Braille, so instead of like having to go up to your screen again, going A or B, you can type in Braille.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. That's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes, do that.
What I was also thinking, instead of, I don't know how this would work in any case, but like for Sony, for next generation to say, hey, those Microsoft controllers, just put them in a USB and we'll let you have them. Just like, and then you can just have like cross-industry support for it.
Yeah.
Because there's no point in having two markets there, but like,
Yeah.
just let Sony see it as peripherals, like just a third-party controller.
Yeah.
And like
That'd be great.
The only problem
Or
with-
even if the only other thing I could see Sony doing rather than because they're probably not going to do that
Is
because
let-
they are still businessy.
Yeah.
But like you've got the Xbox adaptive controller,
Yeah.
and then you've got all the things that plug into it,
Yeah.
any accessory you want through a 3.5 mil jack out in the back. Just have Sony be like, cool, we've done essentially the same thing. It's a base controller that's adaptive. And literally any accessory that you plugged into the Xbox One will work on ours as well. So like all you have to do really is buy one more controller.
Yeah.
I know it's not the best thing in the world, but I see that more than I see them just saying, here, use the Xbox One.
Yeah.
And I can see Sony justifying it as in like, well, you know, people buy extra controllers all the time.
Yeah.
People have different controllers anyway. You have a separate controller for your PlayStation and Xbox. I mean, I guess it would be no different for you having a second controller for your Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah.
That being said, like the ideal solution here would be yes, if someone like a third party developer was to come up with a all-in-one solution, this is a controller you can use on Xbox, Switch, PlayStation for any person who might have any sort of disability playing any type of game and needs a different set of input rather than just the face buttons and thumbsticks. Would be really nice.
We're moving towards a more accessibility friendly medium, and that's only a good thing.
Yes,
Like,
it can only be a good thing. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay, Sega is refocusing on existing IP in response to falling profits. What, you mean like Sonic the Hedgehog?
And Persona and the other Sega one. But yes, you're right.
Did you guys,
Yakuza.
did you guys cover Sonic? The
Yeah,
Sonic
we talked about it.
trailer. Did you cover the change?
A little bit, yeah. We didn't actually talk about because I don't think because I think it happened that day. and
That's what
hadn't
I
thought
was
about
wondering what the
all about
timing
it.
was. Yeah.
I hadn't thought about all the ramifications of that. but
Fucking hell.
yeah.
Congratulations, gamers. You brought crunch to the movie industry.
No, it's always been there. They just have unions and stuff like that.
Exactly, but like that's exactly. They have unions and stuff like that. So now they have to. But this is the first time I've never heard of a movie doing this.
It's happened.
Name it.
I can't know the words. I can't remember anything off the top of my head, but I know like stuff was like, oh, we're changing this. And
Yeah, they've changed. They've done small changes, but like I've never heard of a movie changing an entire CGI character 6 months from release.
I feel like there's something, but I just can't remember it.
I feel like if the movie industry was to do this, it would feel like a big deal.
Yeah.
If a movie was to be like, we're changing an entire the way something looks, the way we have already finished it because it's cut and shot and done.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a big deal, and that it would be the kind of thing that everyone remember. Like, hey, remember that movie that chopped and changed before it come out? You know, it's kind of like everyone knows like the Batman vs Superman stuff. Like the director's cut is the real movie because the actual the theatrical release was just chopped and changed so many times. It was a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
But that's not the same as but also it's not.
And it's not even Justice League bad where trying to CGI over a mustache.
Yes, yeah, and it's weird though as well.
I think that's more of the what in line I'm thinking of. Just like, hey, we've got this character, the movie's shot, but like we need to get him back for a reshoot, and we can't remove the mustache.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, like, and that stuff happens, but it's the weird thing where like I've never heard of. It just felt wrong because it felt like a video game thing happened to a movie because the the story of game releases, game has something the fans don't like, fans revolt and bitch and moan on social media, and then developer has to take stand and either change the product to suit the fans' ideas or leave it as is and take a stand. That only ever happens in video games. And then suddenly a video game movie comes out and the fans bitch and moan and whine on Twitter, and then the director of the movie has to be like, we heard you. Like, it was such a video game tweet that was just like, the response is loud and clear. We've heard the criticism. Like, it sounded like it came out of EA's mouth. Like, it was a press conference like, we've heard your criticisms, we're taking on the feedback, we're working hard to make it better, it will be as good as we wanted. Like, it was just exactly a video game tweet response, and that's bullshit, because we had the discussion about Sekiro 3 or 4 weeks ago about artists' integrity and how so many people were like, you can't put an easy mode in Sekiro because it destroys the artistic integrity of the product. The artists want it this way, the artists want it that way. Then Sonic the Hedgehog comes out, it doesn't look the way you want it to, and you want them to change it. So fuck your artist integrity argument. Put an easy mode in Sekiro. Like, if you're gonna bitch that much about the way Sonic looked, fuck you. I need to get that out.
That's fair, I understand. But also,
so fucking frustrating.
It's a bad design. They shouldn't have gone with that.
No, of course. But, like, if you're going to do it, just stick by it. Because I was morbidly curious. I wanted to see bad Sonic. Like, I wanted to see what that looked like for an hour and a half on screen. Don't tell me you didn't either.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I wasn't going to watch the movie.
You're lying.
No,
because now they're like, oh, we're going to fix it, we're going to change the way Sonic looks, and then I'm going to go see that version, because I was going to go see this movie no matter what, because I have to go see bad video game movies. It's my thing. But now... Which means
you're banned from Detective Pikachu.
Damn it. But now, I want to see what the original cut is, and I'm never going to. They're never going to release the original cut of this movie with bad Sonic with the teeth. Oh, I want to see it. I'm just like morbidly curious as to how bad it is. I want to see that weird fucking Sonic moving and doing shit.
Do you?
Yes! Yes! In the same way I want to see Pete Hines get on stage at Bethesda's press conference. It's the same fucking thing. I just want to see it just implode in front of my eyes.
Okay.
Oh man, Jim Carrey's going to be lifting that movie. It's going to be great.
I thought he was like I thought he was the worst part of that trailer.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
That fucking joke.
The worst part of the trailer was the music.
Oh, yeah.
I like Gangsta's Paradise, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But fucking what?
Yeah. No, I thought the scene with him and Neil McDonough was just like, this is in literally every other movie, every other kids movie especially, but it went on for way too fucking long.
It's a kids movie.
But like,
I mean,
kids movie can still have good comedic timing. That wasn't good comedic timing.
Yeah, I mean, again, trailers are cut differently, so like what the scene is in the movie, who knows? But I really liked the Sonic saying like, "Is that all you got?" And he was like, "No, thank you for asking." Like, I really liked that moment. I was like, "That's pretty good. That's pretty good." So like, yeah, it feels like it was. It feels like if it was named anything other than Sonic the Hedgehog, it would just be like a regular B-grade children's movie.
Yeah, it'd be Hop 2.
Yeah.
Whatever James Marston was in before this.
Yeah. So the fact that it had the bad... oh, God. I wanted to see it so bad. I'm almost heartbroken that we're going to get a better version of this movie now. Because
it's not going to be a better movie. It's just going to be a better designed Sonic.
But that's the thing, is that like if the movie's bad,
which it probably will be,
and Sonic looks good, then But if the movie's bad and Sonic looks bad, like that's that. Like, I guess the question that I was asking going into this movie is like, what market were they trying to hit? And if your movie is bad but your Sonic looks good, then who's going to go see that movie? Because the movie's bad. So But if the movie's bad and the Sonic looks bad, then you pick up a new demographic of people like me who are just like, what is this train wreck? I need to see it. And it becomes a meme. It becomes ironic. It becomes Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah.
Or Sharknado.
Yeah, I guess. You know what the funny bit is? This movie probably was going to end in Sonic's world, and we were probably going to get, even in a post-credit, of Sonic, of like Tails and Knuckles, in line with original designed Sonic, like what the original movie designed Sonic. So, two things happen. Either that's cut now, or you have this newly designed, normal-looking Sonic versus fucking weird-looking Tails and Knuckles.
God, yes.
In the original design aesthetic.
Yes.
And I want that. This is weird cognitive dissonance of
this movie.
Design.
Yeah, the movie is just, it's just so weird. I don't know what like looking at this story, like Sega's refocusing on existing IP, like it fucking better, because this movie is going to tank.
Yeah,
they're going to lose a lot of money on it, so they better start focusing on stuff.
I don't know if they probably didn't spend any money. They probably just like licensed it out to Paramount, yes,
probably. But like again, if they license it,
it was gonna probably bring money in.
Yeah, then they can
idea.
Write that off now. Yeah. Basically, that was just a loss.
Basically, what I want out of this is that, refocusing on our original IP, I want them to do a Vanquish remaster or a Vanquish sequel.
Sure.
The 4K version on PC, I would just like that ported.
Yeah, ported. And then
Vanquish is great.
Yeah, Vanquish is good. Why not?
That's what I want.
Yeah, that's great.
But it won't happen. Instead, we'll get more Persona, Royals, and fighting games, and music games, and no Switch version ever. What
else does Sega have nowadays?
Yakuza. That's it.
What do they have that hasn't been done to death?
The new Yakuza game.
Judgment?
Judgment, yeah. Which is just Phoenix Wright meets Yakuza. Seems interesting. I'm interested.
Because I was just looking at that list, like Persona, Sonic, Yakuza. Aren't we at like number 12 for all of those?
Oh, I guess.
Yeah. I would worry about those games like Final Fantasying themselves.
Well, Sonic's done that.
Like getting to a point where it's just like so much that people don't take it seriously anymore, or that you yourself as a studio don't know how to handle that IP anymore because you've just done it to death.
I mean, have you looked at Sega in the last 20 years? That's all they've been. That's all they've done.
Yeah, true. But they've been getting better. Like the last Yakuza games have been good.
Yeah.
And Persona 5 was great. So
because they're done by actual people. Well, I mean, Persona specifically done by
Atlas,
and they've just always made good games. They just happen to be published by a weird company.
Yeah, true. Oh well, yeah. I hope they do stuff like Vanquish and other IPs. Like it does bum me out that they're like, we're focusing on our existing IP instead of making new stuff.
I think they just they probably just need to so that they can Capcom it and then just come back and.
I hope so.
All this means we'll get Capcom level quality. Like next Sony games, like Resident Evil 7. Like I don't think that's ever going to happen, but
no.
But yeah, speaking of weird Japanese companies,
Kingdom Hearts. I promised myself I would stop listening to Kingdom Hearts news. So tell me what's going on.
At the concert in Japan, they said the DLC coming. The DLC will include an extra scenario.
It's called Remind?
Remind.
Oh, fuck you.
We're going to have a whole everything. A limited episode, which you know what the fuck that means, and an extra boss, and then a secret episode and another boss. And then the Japanese version will get the English voice actors track, which hopefully that means we get the Japanese one. And I understand, like, why the Japanese would want the English version, because there's a bunch of Disney characters that didn't, like... If you're a Disney purist in Japan, you'd want to watch the English version instead of the Japanese.
Yeah.
You just watch it with Japanese subtitles, the way it's subs first dubs, but reversed.
Yeah.
And I understand it because Japan loves Disney.
Yeah.
So I understand that. Mickey in Japanese is weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're getting a new Keyblade for free. And then there's also paid stuff coming out, like the pre-order bonuses are now like $4.55. We'll get a trailer for this at E3, more than likely.
I fucking hate this. I hate this. That's barely a DLC.
It's probably like the episode is probably like an actual like 2-hour thing. They'll probably announce the season pass, and we'll get 9 more stuff of all the characters that they didn't talk about properly.
We talked about this on the Kingdom Hearts 3 spoiler cast, where it's just like, my fear with this is that all of, like, the limit episode and the secret episode are going to be so incredibly important to the overall story. Like, it's going to be so crucial that if you miss that part, like 10 years from now, there are going to be people in our position being like, now, during the secret episode in the DLC of Kingdom Hearts 3, if you miss this bit, like, oh man.
What you do then is you wait for all the DLC to be done, you buy Kingdom Hearts 3 Complete Edition.
Reminded?
No, the whole... Oh, no.
Remembered edition?
Yeah, I remember that this came out. And then, yeah. And then play like that, like you want to do with 15.
I don't. Yeah, that's the difference. I want to do that with 15. I don't want to do that with Kingdom Hearts. That's right. Like, I'm done. I am done.
Yeah.
Done.
If there's anything important, I'll let you know. I think there'll be like little important stuff, but nothing.
I'm gonna make a prediction. Those two episodes are gonna be as important to the overall Kingdom Hearts story as Union Cross is.
Union Cross has, for the future, maybe.
Yes. It is going to be that important, which is very important, because if you didn't play Union Cross, the ending to Kingdom Hearts 3 made no fucking sense.
One bit of Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't.
The ending of Kingdom Hearts made no fucking sense.
The entire ending?
No, it doesn't. Tell me, if you didn't play Union Cross, what the fuck those 4 beings were at the end who just rocked up.
Oh, that ending.
Yeah, okay. The ending.
I thought you meant like the general ending of the thing, not the secret ending.
No, from the moment where you start hitting a button and there's a bunch of names appearing on screen to the end of that all makes like half as much sense as it should.
The only Union Cross part in that part is the names coming up, and then the rest of it's just weird Kingdom Hearts lore. Like, that's not that game. And then it's the secret ending that ties back into that.
Again, yes.
But the secret ending,
but the thing is, the secret ending is the ending. You can't just say, like, it's a secret ending, it doesn't count. It does.
It does.
It 100% does.
I'm like, yeah, the rest of, like, the fighting Xehanort.
This is the problem with Kingdom Hearts as a whole, is because there's always things where you're like, well, no, it doesn't really matter. Like, yes, it does. All of it matters.
It does. The only thing that hasn't mattered is the Facebook game, which is just a gummy mission. What is it? Just a match 3.
No, the gummy ship has never mattered.
No. But
that's what I'm saying. It's going to be as important as Union Cross, because I bet you, if you miss this, then in Kingdom Hearts 5, something will happen and you'll go, huh? And then someone will be like, oh, no, it's from the secret episode from the DLC of Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh, this fucking game. If they don't announce something substantial, I'm going to fucking scream.
Everyone's going to be thinking this is Shion's episode Shion. Because she comes out of nowhere in that game. I suppose spoilers for Kingdom Hearts 3.
The game's like 5 months old now. Who cares? Also, if you still care about Kingdom Hearts 3 after listening to me talk about it, then
it's probably just a Shion episode, which means I don't know. They're
not good at those. Was episode Ignis any good?
Yeah, Ignis was good.
What about Prompto?
Was fine. Gladio was not good.
Okay.
Arden haven't played.
I don't like this. Like,
I don't like this reality.
I don't like this. No, this is the worst timeline. I hate it. I just don't like the idea of like these like single episodes for these characters that I don't give a fuck about.
Don't play them.
I'm not going to. But no, the problem always has been, especially with Kingdom Hearts, is that people are like, well, don't play them, and it's like, well, then I'm not going to play them, and then I'm going to read a wiki before the game comes out. I'm still going to be confused because I didn't play the game. Also, I think the thing that really pisses me off is this always takes away from anything else that this team could be doing. This team could be literally doing anything else on the planet and I'd be more happy.
DLCs usually do smaller teams and then...
It's still a waste of resources.
I guess.
It's a waste of resources. You're doing literally anything else on the planet.
Kingdom Hearts 4.
Porting Octopath Traveler. That's what they should be doing. Porting Octopath Traveler to everything.
I think Nintendo's got that one tied up.
I don't care.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
You know what else you don't like? I should have moved this up earlier.
EA Access, yeah, it was coming to PS4, which is fine.
One thing that was pointed out is that when EA Access was first like, hey, Sony, do you want it? Sony's like, fuck no!
Yeah,
It's not worth anything. Why should you pay $5 a month for this piece of shit?
Yes, yeah.
4 years later, oh, you can have it.
Well, that's the thing is that, like, Sony, yeah, basically, what was the wording? It was like...
Pretty much what I said.
It was not a good value proposition for our Sony customers or whatever. But EA Access has been around now for like 4 years or whatever.
Yeah, it has a proper library.
Yeah, and now Sony's like, well, actually, now, $5 a month seems right. Yeah, all right. Which is fair.
It is actually fair. Like, if you're going to present something and it's just like... If Sony went to someone and said, hey, do you want PlayStation Now on your...
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, we don't.
It's early access.
Now that they have download and the streaming's a little bit better, people would be like... Oh, okay, we might. Like,
it was just
the exact same situation.
It was just early access to a bunch of shit that didn't exist at the time.
Yeah.
And the question here is, there's a bunch of games that are 360 games that are in the EA Vault, which you get access to through EA Access, and how that works.
Well, PS3.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, they're games that will be PS3, like the on Xbox. They are 360 games, so the work has been done for backwards compatibility on that system. Those games will. Two things happen. One, PlayStation's been secretly working on some sort of backwards compatibility for the PS3, and those things are available through EA Access. Or two, anything that isn't a PS4 game is not available on
3, this thing doesn't come to Australia. It only comes to places with PlayStation Now. Thus, the only way you can get those PS3 titles is through streaming those PS3 games.
All of those are distinct possibilities.
I think that
because Andrew Wilson has proven that he doesn't give a shit about Australia.
Yeah. And also...
Even though he comes from here. God, what a cunt. I hope I never meet him. At some point in my life. Hi, Andrew Wilson. Don't Google me.
To be fair, I think your name... yes, it does. It's in the description.
Yes.
What was I going to say? I don't know. PS Now's weird.
It is weird.
I would like to see what it looks
EA
like.
Access is weird.
It is weird.
Because, oh man, the way they do everything.
I think...
they also did part of their earnings call, EA. They were talking about they're wanting to restructure the way they do game releases.
Yeah, no, I tried to read an article, but the way... The quotes and then the structure, the article around it was just weird.
Yeah. But they haven't said what they're doing. They're just like, we're looking at restructuring the way our games release. Yeah. And it just, once again, it's EA being like, oh, no, we're not the problem, you're the problem. Yeah. Like, once again, they're like, oh, no, Anthem is good, which it's not. It's just the way we release the game that's the problem. I was like, no. Yeah. I mean, yes, you should have given them another 12 months of development. Yeah. But... like this just leads me to believe that like the next time they do a live service game, which is going to happen, they're going to do like basically. I don't think they thought there was a problem with that stupid graph that kept popping up around last year and the year before about like EA being like, here's how you can play our latest game, and there's like 27 different ways you can play the game, all with different release dates, and everyone was like, this is shit, what are you doing? They think that's a good thing, and I think they're going to do more of it.
What that article does go on say in terms of the release is that they want to start launching stuff in like China and the East so that they can like get a smaller sample size, and like they don't want to build into the hype. They want to change the hype, like in terms of like in the West we focus on the hype and like build up everything to this one day and then boom, and then what's the service crash?
No, they want to change the hype, because that is the way that the West builds hype, and the way that we build hype around release dates means that every time EA releases a game, they get shat on. They want to change that because it means that if things are more lulled like they are in the Chinese markets, where there is gradual releases and not so much a single release date, it means that their shit shows of games get lost in the shuffle. Yeah, that's what they want. I can't stand this company. They just infuriate me on every level.
And it's a very, very different infuriation to Square Enix. Square Enix is just bizarre.
No, they're just making dumb mistakes. Like, I just don't know. I just don't know.
They still, like... release games and they still...
Yeah.
It's just weird.
They're just weird. Like Square Enix again is like the infuriating thing about Square Enix is that I like their games, and then everything else around it just seems to be like it's controlled by a 5-year-old who doesn't know what they're doing. They're just like, I'm gonna do this today. You're like, all right,
I guess Chocobo Racing is gonna be in State of Play tomorrow. Like,
oh boy, yeah. And they're just like, I want to make a new Kingdom Hearts. And everyone's like, that's great. That's a great idea. And I only put it on the PSP. And you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you doing? Stop! That's what Square Enix is.
Yeah.
Whereas EA is just like constantly like they are the most narcissistic of the game companies, I think.
Yeah.
Because nothing is ever their fault. They have never fucked up, apparently. They just continually push the blame or find a reason why their current thing isn't doing so well, yet continue to generate all this money.
Yeah.
They're basically Donald Trump in video game developer form. Because no matter how much they fuck up, they continue to fail upwards.
yeah.
There's nothing we can do about their position. They're just there, and they will cause the apocalypse. I don't know how, but they will.
They're called the second video game crash 2.
Yeah. They're just infuriating. I'm just so sick and tired of them coming up with whatever excuse they want to try and weasel their way out of just saying, we fucked up.
I think that comes from them having stakeholders and not open, a public.
They're the shareholders, yeah.
Yeah, public company.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue because, like, as soon as you admit you fuck up, stocks go down, etc. It's just dumb.
Stocks are going down anyway. They lost what was it last year where they just. Or the year before, when the Star Wars Battlefront 2 stuff was happening, they wiped out like a quarter of their share market. They're just gone. Jesus. It was just gone in a day once everyone figured it out. And the US Senate is introducing legislation to outlaw loot boxes. So if that happens, EA is fucked. Like, they don't have a leg to stand on anymore. Because they can't just... Like, their shareholders better be sweating. Because this was the problem with EA recently, is that there was a distinct issue with the way they were doing their games with loot boxes and this kind of monetization baked into the very core of it, and them thinking this is the only way they can continue to make, like, you know, continual revenue off of the individual games, and they never addressed it properly. They just band-aided it until basically everyone forgot about it, and they left it alone. And that got the shareholders back on side because they were like, oh, we're back to making money now. And they failed to address that issue, and they failed to address that issue, and they failed to address that issue. And now there's a possibility that they are going to be legislated out of making that money anymore. And if FIFA and Madden and those games don't have those loot box systems in them anymore, that revenue hits basically zero.
Yeah.
And that company tanks, and then you're going to have a bunch of shareholders who may have the ability to sue, because I know that in America specifically, companies are legally obligated to do what's best for their shareholders. They have to do that.
Yeah.
If I'm a shareholder looking at EA, I'm looking at them not addressing the loot box issue as a core problem with the company. And if they don't address it before this happens and then we're suddenly legislated out of making money, I would put that at negligence on EA's side. Because they knew this was a problem. They did it anyway. The community backlash happened. We lost profit, but we could have gained it back if we had rebuilt trust with the gaming community. They haven't. They just refuse to try and build that trust back up, and I don't know why. Again, Andrew Wilson just strikes me as the kind of person who's going to ride that horse till it dies.
Yeah.
And when he dies, he's just got a golden parachute, and off he goes.
Yeah. It just sucks because there's a lot of talented developers. I'm like, it'd be a good thing if EA dies. Like, no, like, DICE is talented, Respawn talented, BioWare's talented. Like, I don't want them to get lost to the winds and have to do weird Kickstarter to, like, here's a BioWare-esque game. Remember the glory days of BioWare?
Yeah.
Like, I get why that exists in that market because that happened during the 90s, but, like...
Yeah.
I don't want Obsidian making not KOTOR 2, 3, whatever.
Yeah,
you know
no. It sucks. EA sucks. Can we move on? Please, for the love of God.
Your next favourite topic, State of Play. There's another one tomorrow.
Oh, is there one tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that'll be nice.
Yeah, it'll probably be VR focused again. I think they said there's one big major announcement.
Okay.
Means, I don't know,
Cool.
Doctor Strange VR. I don't know.
Great.
Square Enix keep teasing stuff. Like, they kept showing the Chocobo from Final Fantasy VII and having, like, Chocobo text, like, where? And it was like, okay, is a Chocobo game?
Chocobo kart racing.
Chocobo racing is a thing.
Yeah.
Mystery Dungeon just came out, but I think that is on PS4. I know it's on Switch.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know, we'll see. And then we're going to have to talk about... We'll have to talk about next week because it's going to be a clusterfuck.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll probably want to... We'll see whether it's newsworthy or not.
Yeah.
State of Play 2. But we'll have to talk about when we're doing filming next week, if we are at all.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of shit. But, we'll see how that goes. Maybe just write an article about it instead. That might be a good
idea. Just recap. That'll be like a couple of news, and you don't have to go through it thoroughly. You can just treat it like a quick direct or something.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Which is what these are.
Here are the two big stories. How long have we been going for?
We are at 2 hours.
2 hours total. Boy, oh boy. You might want to cut this into 3.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Alrighty.
Depending on,